Hey church, three things I want to talk with you about this evening in this pastor's note. First of all, whilst you were gathering on Sunday for worship, a bunch of elders and leaders in various ministry capacities gathered together at the church to think, to pray, to talk together about what the next 3 to 6 months looks like for Proudy Valley Church. Hopefully with some releasing of some of the restrictions, we'll be able to gather together and meet in person, which we believe is one of the most important parts of us growing in our faith. We want to encourage you as connect groups, as life groups, to gather together on Sundays for watch parties, gather for your midweek meetings, but let's get together as much as we're able to. And as soon as the government restrictions allow us to, we will gather together in the building. One of the decisions we made is that we really want to simplify things. We want to return back to the 4 basic cornerstones that define who we are as a church. We want to do worship well. That's mostly Sundays and our midweek communities. We want to do disciple making really well. And so we're exploring on how to equip families, particularly to disciple up the next generation. This is going to be a focus for us in continuing our drive to make disciples. We really understand the need for community, and our connect groups and our life groups are going to be a very big focus and drive over the next 3 to 6 months. And then we want to continue doing the work of mission that we have been up until now. We've been providing meals through Renewed Trust, and we are currently exploring longer term opportunities to create sustainable job creation initiatives through the life of this church. We have a huge amount of resources at our disposal, and we see this next couple of years as an opportunity for us as the church to really step up our game and step into some really big gaps in the broader world and make a true difference for the sake of the gospel. One of the realities about meeting together, though, as we kind of return back to these basics, is what public worship is going to look like. We're interested to see how the government lifts some of those restrictions. What does seem clear to us, and maybe just to help you understand some of those restrictions, is that we probably will not have kids' church for the foreseeable future, even into next year. The season has put a lot of pressure on a lot of people. We're not sure that we can mobilize our volunteers quite in the way that we used to. And the requirements for sanitization and those kinds of things on our volunteers are just huge. And so we really want to push towards much more family-friendly services over the next season, and are encouraging you already to begin to think about how we might draw our broader families into worshiping together. And we'd love to hear some ideas from you. So if you have some feedback as to how we might make our services a bit more accessible to multi-generational worship, we'd love to hear that from you. Second thing I need to talk about is a family gathering on the 17th. That's on next week. We have these gatherings from time to time. We're calling them Congregational Conversations. We're going to be doing this online. A great opportunity for us to meet and cast a little bit of vision. There's always 1 or 2 business items that have to be dealt with, and particularly we're looking at reforecasted budgets over this next season. Finances and income has shifted somewhat, and we want to just express some of the content of that to you as a congregation. And then thirdly, I want to remind you about Alpha. Alpha kicks off this coming week. You would have received invites that you can send out to your friends. This is a great opportunity. Our friends are desperate to hear the gospel, and I know that we long to have our friends hear the gospel, but sometimes they don't want to hear us talk about it, and sometimes we're just terrified to talk about our faith. And inviting them to Sunday can sometimes be a massive leap. So this is a great opportunity. Online Alpha is here. There's some phenomenal material. We have a bunch of creative and enthused and trained up leaders, and we would love you to invite your friends. So please do that. This coming Tuesday will be the first video. It's going to be a kind of an open video session, a primer just to explain something of what Alpha is and begin to sell something of that vision. And we think this is the time that you need to invite them. And then from the following week, we will have the videos and then the group interaction online. And we're excited to see how this plays out. We really do believe as your leaders that this next season is a crucial opportunity in this life of ours as a church. We think COVID has shifted a whole bunch of things in the lives of our friends and our family members, and we want to encourage you to take seriously the call to invite them to this. And so with that, let me close out, watch this Alpha promotional video, and there will be a link that you can follow through to get hold of all the Alpha material. Bless you all.
Every day we ask so many questions. What should I wear? What's the weather going to be like? How am I going to fit everything in? But then there are those bigger questions, like why am I here? Where am I heading? Is there more to life than this?
I had arrived at an answer to the most important issue that we humans ever deal with. Is there a God? And I had arrived there without ever really looking at the evidence. And I was supposed to be a scientist.
At 28, I had gotten many of the things that I thought I wanted. My girlfriend was on the cover of magazines, I had a Beamer, and I was so unhappy. It was a realization maybe that I would never find happiness where I was looking for it.
I think for so many years, I always just strived to be strong in myself. All I needed was me and my buddies and, we'd be like invincible. But the truth is, none of us are.
And I found purpose, I found meaning, I found hope. God took something so broken and made it a beautiful art piece.
Alpha is a place where you can be yourself. You can say what you think and challenge everything. No question is too complex or too simple. And what your point of view is as important as anyone else's.
We are going on a journey together, an adventure to explore the questions of life, faith, and meaning.